As we approach Zayin Adar, the seventh day of Adar, which is a time of inspiration, a time of being focused on the enormity of the zechus, of the privilege that we have, as well as the responsibility that we have in taking care of the children of Hashem, taking care of a Tzelem Elokim, a Jew who is created in the image of Hashem. And it is very clear that when we give kavod, honor, to a Jew, to any Jew, it's not because of the achievements that this individual had, not even because of the potential achievements that they had. It's because of the fact that they are a Tzelem Elokim, no matter who they were and what their station in life was. And I think this is clear in a number of ways. It is clear from the fact that the Torah teaches us the laws of Kvura by someone who was killed by the Beis Din, someone put to death by the Beis Din, and there were no redeemable factors that would spare him this death. That person is the person the Torah tells us represents the Tzelem Elokim, and leaving him out on the gallows is called Kikilas Elokim Toli. It is a shame and a degradation to Kavyochel Hashem himself. The other indication, I think, is very simple, the fact that we do every Tahara the same way, irrespective of what that person did in life. The eulogy might be different, but the Tahara is exactly the same. We treat every Jew with the ultimate kavod. There is one aspect of the process of the work of the Chevra Kadisha that we don't always focus on, and that is the fact that we are providing Jewish people with kvura, with burial, and the tremendous chesed, the tremendous kindness and privilege that kvura provides. Kvura gives every person an opportunity to be atoned for, as the pasuk tells us, "V'yoshav va'ofar la'aretz k'shahaya," the dust, the earth, the body returns to the earth as it was, "V'haruach tashav el Elokim Hashem nesana," and the spirit, the neshama, returns to Hashem. What allows that neshama to find its place close to Hashem is the return of the body to the earth. And as we say when we put on Israel earth, v'chiper admaso amo, the earth atones for its people. It is important for us to recognize that we have an opportunity to speed the process of that atonement, and that every moment that we delay, whether it's delaying a funeral itself because of inconvenience on our part, or whether we are not careful in the preparation to reduce the things that might inhibit the body's return to the earth, to bury someone who has not been removed from a pouch, for example, to make sure that we don't use certain things like plastic overalls or coveralls that funeral directors use. All of these things inhibit the body's return to the earth, and so slows the process of atonement. It's something for us to think about, something for us to keep in mind, to try, even if we have to use some plastic, to do it as minimally as we need to, so that the tachrichim will remain clean, but at the same time the body's return to the earth will not in any way be inhibited or slowed. There's a fascinating Gemara and an explanation that I think we should know. The Gemara tells us, Tainus Daf Lamed, that on the day Biyom Shenitnu Haruge Beita Lekfura, on the day that the people who were slaughtered in the town of Beita were brought to burial, they were killed by the Romans, and for many years these bodies were not allowed to be buried. And the Gemara tells us that there was a nace, there was a phenomenal miracle that these bodies did not decompose and there was no smell. Yet on the day that the Romans finally decreed that they could be buried, the Chachamim, the rabbis at that time, instituted a new bracha, a bracha thanking Hashem, who is good and who does good for others. Hatov v'hametiv, a bracha made when there are multiple beneficiaries of something good. And the question arises, who are the multiple beneficiaries of this burial? The Anaf Yotzef, a commentary on the Ein Yaakov says, first of all, the guf itself, the fact that the bodies did not decompose and smell, that was good for the bodies. They were not degraded. Hametiv, the other good was for the neshama, for the nefesh, because burial is something extremely valuable and good for the nefesh. The other thing he says is rather fascinating, where he says, Nikivan shenesinas hameis l'kvura hitovas hanefesh, since burying someone is good for the soul, v'hitova l'chol Yisrael, it is good for every Jew, for every member of Klal Yisrael. Shenefashos b'nei Yisrael kulam achudim b'sharash echad, they all come from one source. There is a composite neshama that is the neshama of Klal Yisrael. And when any Jew is buried, that provides atonement, provides comfort, provides aliyah, uplifting, and growth to the neshama of Klal Yisrael, to the composite neshama benefiting every member of Klal Yisrael. How important it is to recognize that additional chesed that we provide. And if we can provide it to someone who might not be buried and give them the opportunity of kvura, it not only accrues as a chesed to this individual, it accrues as a chesed to every member of Klal Yisrael. What a responsibility. On the other hand, what is chus if we can bring any Jew to K'vuras Yisrael?